Hello, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Spoons here, and let's talk about fixing the Tour of Duty in Gears 5. So the Tour of Duty has had a ton of feedback online since Gears 5 launched. Twitter, Discord, Reddit, I've been kind of reading a ton of feedback from people. Some of it's positive, some of it's negative, but this video is just going to summarize my thoughts on what I think they could do with the Tour of Duty. And if you guys don't know, the Tour of Duty is basically like the Battle Pass system in Gears 5. It's a free Battle Pass on the surface. And I'll get into that in just a second. But it actually, it's a really cool addition. Like I enjoy, or I'm happy with this sort of kind of implementation in the Gears. Just because I feel like it does give a reason to kind of come back and play every season. Ranking up and getting specific things from ranking up is just a really cool system. And I do like it more than the gear packs and all that. I just want to kind of get that out of the way. But I just kind of want to talk about a few different ideas I have for the Tour of Duty, and you guys can let me know your ideas and your feedback down in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear it because I've heard some really great feedback for the Tour of Duty, and I'm sure the Coalition is listening. You guys, the people at the Coalition, they definitely listen to player feedback. As we saw with Gears 4, they did make a lot of changes, so I'm sure they're digesting all the information right now, and hopefully they're going to come out with some updates for it. But if we actually just hop in to the Tour of Duty here, you guys can kind of see sort of how it's broken down. So there are active tour objectives, which are basically your daily challenges. You get 3 of those. And then there's also something called medals, where you can earn, you rank up in the Tour of Duty getting these stars here. So there's all these different types of medals for doing all these different things. It's broken down by, heroes versus the mode you're playing, all that kind of stuff, weapons. And this is sort of reminiscent of like what it was in Gears 3, where you could earn specific things by completing specific medals. It's a little different just because you're not actually sort of ranking up the same medal over and over again. But you are getting, certain skins for completing specific medals. So it sort of has that relation to what Gears 3 had, but it's not exact. And so you can get all these stars for doing all these different things. And if you go into the tour rewards here, you'll see I'm Sergeant 1. And you can actually see my progress. I need 1 more star to reach Sergeant 2. And I'll get this Sergeant 1 banner once I complete that. And you can go into the tour rewards here, and you can kind of see Sergeant 2, I got a new mark. Sergeant 3, I got a new skin for Foz, all that kind of stuff. And it just keeps going on and on and on until you get the General, where you get the Team Rock Nasher skin, which I believe actually is the entire weapon set. I'm kind of confused why they just didn't call it like Team Rock set or something like that. But so that's basically how it works. And what I really want to focus on, though, are these tour objectives. So progression with these tour objectives, these active ones, I guess I'll just call them daily challenges. So the progression in the Tour of Duty that you get with these daily challenges is pretty limited. So you can see that my new objective is in 40 minutes, right? So for this, I get 10 eliminations. I can't talk right now. Get 10 eliminations as JD, Dell, or Swarm Drone. That awarded me 1 star. Survive 9 chapters of Escape. That awards me 3. And get 16 kills with assault rifles. That awards me 3. So you can kind of see that these can sort of stack on each other. Like if I play, I guess this one can't. But if I do the first and the third one, I can kind of do them at the same time. So you can kind of finish these things pretty quickly. They're daily challenges, and they reset at 8 p.m. Eastern every day. So you can see I did these. I just got home from work. I did these challenges yesterday, right? Last night I did them, and I come back and I still don't have daily challenges to do because they reset at 8 p.m. every day. You can re-roll for free once. You can see right here it says new objective, 10 iron. So iron is actually like the microtransaction currency in Gears 5. If you go to the store, which I'll go to right now, you can see, oh, that's a cool mark. Actually, I haven't seen that one. That's new. But 200 iron is going to get me this specific mark. So they actually sort of incorporated microtransactions into the Tour of Duty. That's why before I said the Tour of Duty is a free battle pass, sort of, because you you can rank up without spending a single thing if you do all of these medals and things like that. But again, these are going to take a while. You know, if you want to get 1 million damage in versus matches, like that's going to take a while. And you have 3 months to do each tour of duty. That's what the season length is. So you really kind of rely on doing these daily challenges, and the fact that you sort of get like paywalled at a certain point, and granted 10 iron is not a lot of money, but it's still a microtransaction, because you know, you might not have any iron if you didn't get to that part in the tour of duty. So if you actually go to the tour rewards, there are certain parts where you do get iron at some point. Here we go. So you get 100 iron at Officer 3, which I'm not really that close to. So if I didn't have any iron up here just from, I got this like for doing some stuff in Gears 4, I think, or something like that. If I didn't do any of that stuff, I would have 0 iron right now, and I wouldn't be able to re-roll one of these for a second time. So my solutions to this, I kind of have 3 ideas. So one of them is just reduce the cooldown in general. So don't mess with the iron stuff. Just reduce the cooldown. You know, instead of making it a full 24 hours, make it an hour or something like that. You know, make it something where like people are gonna be able to do these daily challenges. And they're not even called daily challenges. I'm just calling them that. So the fact that they reset every day makes it very odd, because they're not even called daily challenges. They're called active tour objectives. It's like, why, if they do reset every day, just call them daily objectives or something like that. So make them reset like every hour or something like that, or make them reset after you complete a specific thing. Maybe like that could be an interesting idea. Like it'll say like these reset after you complete a versus match in Guardian or something like that, you know, or if win a Guardian match and it resets your objectives or something like that. That could be very interesting, and it wouldn't kind of get you in this weird funk where it's like, all right, I completed these objectives and now I really don't have a huge reason to play until the next day. And it's also frustrating just for me coming home from work and then looking at my active tour objectives, and I still need to wait for the cooldown here. So that is one of the ideas, just basically reduce the cooldown. Another one that I think could be really interesting is adding more daily objectives, but you add it by mode. So you can see right here, 10 eliminations. This is an escape one, and then this is with assault rifles. So there's some generalized ones like the assault rifles, and the 10 eliminations is actually with versus. So you could maybe have 3 daily objectives per mode. So you could have a general one, you could have one for horde, you could have one for escape, you could have one even for campaign maybe, and then you can have one for versus, and you can even have one for quick play versus and one for ranked, or maybe even just break it up by modes. Something like that could be really cool, because I found people online are kind of frustrated because like this is survive 9 chapters of escape. What if I don't like escape? What if I don't want to do that and I've already used my free roll? I'm just gonna have to wait, or just like wait until I get another free roll in order to get rid of this. Like it just doesn't really seem like player friendly, this kind of setup right here. So that's another idea, is just add more daily objectives by mode. And then that way, if there is an entire day cooldown still in effect, at least you have plenty of objectives to do. The chances of someone completing 3 objectives in each mode in one day is pretty slim, unless you got a lot of time on your hands. But for someone like me that works full time and then comes home and wants to play some Gears for a few hours, like I might not be able to finish every single objective. So yeah, that's just one of the ideas. And the third idea here is to remove the iron reroll cost altogether and just have a cooldown. So if you complete a certain objective, then it'll say, next objective in 1 hour or something like that. And then that's it. You just got to wait an hour. And obviously, like, that's not super ideal because people just kind of want to keep doing objectives over and over. But that's sort of a way to remove the microtransactions from these active tour objectives. Because personally, I don't really like the fact that it's a part of that. I think it's kind of a sneaky way to get people to buy iron, and then, oh, look, the store's right here too. Let me buy something in the store. Oh, I don't have exactly enough for the store, so let me buy a little bit more. Like, I understand the Coalition wants to sell stuff in the store, and that's the point of it, is to help fund the game. But like, the Tour of Duty should not have anything to do with microtransactions, in my opinion. I think that It's very odd, and people are going to keep comparing this, and people have been comparing this to Gears 3, and they're like, why can't it be like Gears 3 with the metals? Like, why is iron even a part of this? So if the Coalition does want to do something that's that is a currency to reset these objectives, they can use scrap. I think scrap is a fine thing to use if you want to reset an objective. Maybe it's 10 scrap, something that you can earn in the game. And obviously you can earn iron as you go through the tour of duty, but like for someone like me right now, really the only thing I can work on these metals, and some of them are just so out of like reach that there's no way I'm going to be able to get to where iron is in this tour of duty before I actually get my new objective. So those are kind of a few ideas that I have with the tour of duty as far as progression. That's really been the main issue, and I'd love to hear what you guys think down below. The tour of duty, the progression has been like a huge issue, and also the rewards. Like, people are kind of disappointed with a lot of the rewards that are in this. I think it would be great if they sort of bundled some of these rewards together. So maybe instead of having a clip mark, you could have a set of colored clip marks or something. Maybe not colored, because that wouldn't really work, but you could have a set of clip marks, or sorry, a set of marks, because honestly, what are these marks, little tiny JPEG pictures? You could like combine some of these marks together. Instead of when you hit Sergeant 2, maybe you get 4 marks or something like that. Like, just getting 1 mark is kind of like a little disappointing. And I understand there are some character skins in this which are kind of cool, and the weapon skins look great. But I just think they could combine some of these things, or maybe even like you get a mark and you get 10 iron or something like that, because then that would allow you to actually re-roll one of these objectives in its current state a second time without really having to spend any money. So that's just kind of my ideas. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. I'd really appreciate it. Help the channel out. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have given me on my videos. I've been streaming a ton of Gears 5 over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TheRealSpoons, so definitely go check that out. Also, feel free to join the Discord channel where we talk about Gears and a bunch of other games all the time in there. Link will be down in the description below. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Take it easy, folks.